Gone are the days where taking a picture of your fit involved just you awkwardly standing in front of a camera and smiling. Now you have to be doing something cool and edgy, okay? No one's going to care about your clothes if you're just standing there. If you can't make the effort to make your fashion post as exciting as possible, then don't even bother. I'm of course talking about what I regard as the worst poses in streetwear fashion. Just like everyone else, I spend too much time on social media scrolling through pages, and every now and then, certain types of posts with certain types of poses stop me in my tracks. And it's not even because I don't like them. I just don't get them. I look at them and think, what's really going on here? So we're going to dive into a few today, but before I do, please remember, this is just a bit of fun. You do you. Okay, so number one has been around for a while, and it's the hand over the face pose. I remember people doing this back when I started my YouTube channel, and that was like decades ago. The premise of this pose is very simple. Bury your face in your hands like you're Captain Picard. You can do just one hand if you're a beginner, or two if you're intermediate and above. Sometimes it's good to lean back and get that swan-like elegance, or just dive straight into it and keel over. Whenever I see this post, I'm just like, hey man, what's wrong? What happened to you? Who hurt you? It's the kind of pose I'd make if I just got off an aeroplane and realised I left my AirPods on board. Did you see the guy on Reddit who this actually happened to, by the way? Maybe this is actually him. But assuming that's not the case, the bad news is that this is somehow a legitimate streetwear pose now. I mean, look at this. Normal, cool, streetwear fashion pose. And then, bam, I forgot to turn the dishwasher on before work. And now when I get home, I'm going to have to hand wash all the utensils so that I can make dinner. I think at one short moment in time, this was a very acceptable pose, but that time is long gone. Another explanation is maybe they've all just sneezed. It's a stretch, but infinite monkeys with infinite typewriters will write the whole works of Shakespeare. And actually, it's very good etiquette to cover your face when you sneeze. So if all these people have just sneezed and it was caught on camera, I'm 180 in this video, and this is the best streetwear pose of all time. The outfits just look kind of wrong without the face. Do you know what I mean? If you want to be a fashion influencer model, you're probably going to have to show your face at some point. Unless you're a model in Ye's show, but let's not talk about him. No. So the next one I think originated in Korean streetwear. That's where I remember seeing it first. I remember seeing it and thinking how bizarre it looked, especially in the Instagram format, which is where it seems to live. And it's these slow motion catwalk style poses. Now there's a few things you have to follow if you want to achieve this look. Number one, it must have this creepy paparazzi kind of vibe. Like the person doesn't know they're being filmed, but at the last minute they see the camera and they give it a cheeky little smile for the fans. Number two, you probably have to be in central London or some other capital city, but it's very important for the background to be as blurry as possible. They call it bokeh in the industry, and it creates separation from the subject and the background. Number three, it must start in normal speed but then go to slow motion just as they're passing the camera. As I said, this is usually the point where they look directly into the lens, which gives that blue steel pose the maximum effect. But at the same time, the look should be one of surprise, as if you didn't know the camera was there. Number four, and most importantly, you must be crossing a road. Seriously, like 90% of these posts, they're crossing roads, busy roads. I mean, look at this poor girl. She was so committed to the shot, she almost got herself run over. Look at the fear in her eyes. Her whole life flashed by in that moment, but it didn't deter her. She still managed to get the post. I'm starting to think this type of pose is an absolute health hazard. We need to be doing some risk assessments before we do these. Sure, the world is your catwalk, but pavements do exist. At least this person is using a zebra crossing. I respect that. That's responsible fashioning. Stop, look, listen, live. King of the road. Overall, this pose just has that weird dynamic of regular people wanting to look like celebrities, even though they're probably just crossing the road on their lunch break to get their festive bake from Greg's, and then they're going back to the office. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Fake it till you make it. Alright, so in my intro I said that I didn't dislike any of these poses, but this next one has me right on the edge. It's people looking at their phone. I don't mean people taking a selfie in the mirror with their phone. That's an OG fashion pose, and that belongs on social media. It's photos of people posing as if they're actually scrolling through their phones. This really is our generation, isn't it? We cannot peel ourselves away from our phone for 1 single second to get a fit pic. The ALD 550s are not coming back in stock, bro, no matter how many times you refresh the page. You should have just entered the raffle like normal people. But what are they actually looking at? I like to think they're looking at a photo of themselves on their phone. And they get into this endless Inception-esque cycle where they don't know who the real influencer is. Don't you just want to karate chop the phones out of their hands? It's like, stop being so rude, man. Look at me when you're trying to influence me. I think it's the nonchalant nature of it all that really gets to me. They're like, I don't care if you get a photo of me or not. I'm going to keep scrolling. But this pose also has hints of that voyeur style photography that we saw with those slow motion catwalks. I guess people just like photos of people who don't know they're having their photo taken. Okay, the next one is so TikTok. If TikTok was a fashion influencer, this is the pose they would do every time. It's these transitional outfit posts. You know the ones where the outfit changes seamlessly with a single movement. This kind of pose had very humble beginnings. It started off as a jump, a twist, or maybe a tap that caused the clothes to change. And this was cool. It was kind of a new interesting way to get to the next outfit. But of course, like everything, it spiraled out of control as everyone started to try and outdo each other. Some people do their transitions so fast that I cannot even see the outfit. And isn't the outfit the whole point of these posts? There's this one guy who does the most elaborate, intricate, choreographed transitions I've ever seen. It must take him days, if not weeks, to create one single 30-second video. But my question is the payoff worth it? Half the time I'm so amazed and engrossed by the editing that I just 100% miss the outfit. And can you imagine all the tidying you'd have to do after throwing all your shoes and clothes over the house and garden? Maybe this is the only way he can get dressed. Like every morning he has to sprint into his wardrobe and whatever he comes out wearing is his outfit for the day. Sometimes it's as if these transitions are more of an editing flex instead of a clothing flex. Which is a shame because there's some real nice looking outfits hidden in there. But I suppose out of all the poses in today's video, this is definitely the best. It definitely brings a new layer of interest to fashion on social media, and the amount of creativity we have in this community is crazy. It's people like this with new and bold ideas who really drive the industry forward and promote it to new people in ways we never thought of. In the end, I really have to commend you. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next week.